Hey students, Miss Wolf here, and I'm going to be going over the instructions, a little bit of background detail on your formative assignment, our last short story. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to that guy. So this is your assignment, your last short story assignment. We are going to be reading The Monkey's Paw, but I want to just go over some of the basic directions here so you kind of have an idea what we're doing. So we've been reading a bunch of short stories and going over different elements of those short stories, so plot and symbolism and all those kinds of things. So this is really kind of the opportunity for you to show all of that information, and we're going to kind of be analyzing all that information into a single short story. So for further directions, obviously you found it here, so there's that. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be going through this short story, and as you read, you're going to be highlighting for all those different elements. So we've got different color coding you're going to be doing. So for elements, places where you actually see the conflict, or the conflict developing in any sort of way, as in like, you know, different obstacles and that conflict, you're going to be highlighting it in red, okay? So that's when you see specific places where the conflict is developing. And the characters may be making a decision that's causing problems or trying to overcome something. And then, of course, any places where you see symbolism, that might be, again, an action, that can be an object, or a variety of different things, but things that connect to each other there, right? And then any elements of setting, and this is one of those stories for sure where the setting does kind of tell us a little bit about what's going on there, and that's going to be in green. And then, of course, point of view, and where we see different point of view. Now, this one, there's going to be different places where you can see the point of view and identify like what's actually happening or what that voice is. Whether, again, it's reliable or it's objective or subjective, limited or omniscient, and so on. Okay. Now, another thing that we're also throwing in on this one that's a little different is that it's asking that you label each plot element by making a comment where you see that element. Okay. So when you're seeing exposition, or you're seeing initiating action, or you're seeing rising action or climax, and where there might be different places specifically for things like rising action. The climax should be probably a specific scene. So we're asking that you label that, and how you're going to be doing that is making a comment. So if you highlighted and hit that comment button up here, you'll be able to pop in or just hit that comment there. That'll work that as well. Now, we've got a couple of different resources for you to help you out. So let me get that out of the way. Right here. So some are instructions on how to highlight, comment, and so on. There's a proficient text for annotated text that gives you an idea of, like, if you're like, I'm not sure how much I'm really supposed to do here, you can look at that. We also have provided you with the audio, so you can listen to that as well. And then, of course, the PEA writing notes, which you have seen multiple times. Now, as you're going through this, okay, you're going to be highlighting, as we mentioned, and you'll notice as you go through that whole process, and yeah, it's a bit of a lengthy story, but there's a lot of spaces in there. We're going to get down to the bottom here, and we have the point and evidence of the theme. So what I want you to do is to, in a single statement, write what you think the theme of the story is, okay? And I'm going to give you a hint. It's not something just as simple as be careful what you wish for. You'll find that at the beginning. So think of something a little bit more creative than that based on what actually happens in the story. Then, of course, give some evidence for it, and then just a quick analysis and justification through that evidence. Explain how that evidence ultimately points to your theme there, okay? So lastly, you can use different resources, including all of those mini lessons we did, as well as looking back through your actual assignments to help you out with this. And by all means, you can also contact us if you're getting confused about any of the instructions or reading there, okay? All right, thanks, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.